Hi, my name is Jose Martinez and I represent the Heat Stickball team, which is actually based out of Miami, Florida. I'm 37 years old and I've been playing this game since I was roughly about 15 years old. And I was born and raised in the Bronx of New York. And this game was introduced to me when I officially moved to Miami, Florida by my uncle Alex Casterman. And I've been playing the game ever since. We play in Miami, Florida. We play out of New York, Puerto Rico, San Diego, just a few places to mention. And today I'm going to show you the easiest way, the fastest way to basically create a stickball bat. First and foremost, what we use as a ball is what we call a sky bounce ball. We used to use the Spaldings. They no longer manufacture these balls, so we now use the great company Sky Bounce. And again, this is what the Sky Bounce ball looks like. It's similar to a racket ball, but it has a more of a durable texture, okay? As far as the bats that we use, basically we use what's somewhat of a closet stick. And you can find this sort of closet stick at your local Home Depot or Lowe's. And what you do is head to the lumber section and they'll have little cubbies. And in those little cubbies, as you see here, they're going to actually have colors on each stick. And this basically determines the width of the stick that you'd like. This here is a green one, which basically is about 1 1/4 inches thick. And that's pretty much the bat that I use. You can find some that are actually thinner or thicker than this. But basically that's what we use to create a bat for the most part. Some will utilize the longer sticks to maybe try to cut down and make 2 sticks out of one long one. But for the most part, these are cut down to size. And it makes it a little bit easier to go ahead and create your bat. So basically this is an example of one of the sticks. Again, it's roughly, about this long. It's about this high for the most part, okay? And basically what you use to tape up the bats is simple. Now everybody has their own ways of taping up the bats. Preferably for myself, I like to have a knob, such as a baseball bat, at the end of the bat. Other individuals don't necessarily want a knob, so they'll just do the traditional taping up of the bat and grab some tape and tape it around the stick for the most part, okay? But as for me, what I do is I get some athletic tape, such as so, okay? And I will usually cut down a piece in the middle so it's not too thick for the knob, as you can see here, for example, okay? And then my next step, what I do is I actually take the end of the bat, the colored part, and I'll begin to pretty much tape the back across like this. And as you can see here, I'm pretty much spinning the bat around. And what I'm doing is I'm creating the knob itself, okay? Now I'm not going to go through the final entire process because it could take a little bit of time, but I'm just giving you an idea of how you would create the knob. Now what would happen is you would create the knob and you'd keep wrapping it around to your liking. Once you do that, you would then take pieces of tape and you're going to put it down the bat, and I'm going to show you as an example such as this, as if the tape is going down to keep it intact. And then what you're going to end up doing after that, once you have your knob to your liking, you feel that it's secure enough, you can always go and you get some tennis grip. Okay, I preferably use the Wilson Comfort tennis grip, okay? And pretty much this is going to be the grip for the bat. Again, some use the tennis grip, others like to just use the athletic tape. It really is to your preference, but this actually takes the load off of the calluses on your hands. So again, I like to use that. Okay, and as an example, really quick, I'm sure most have seen tennis grip, but pretty much this is it here. And again, what you would do is you'd pretty much, let me remove this really quick, okay? You'd pretty much grab it, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna pretty much, as you see here, you're gonna kind of wrap the bat around. And again, I'm just showing you a quick version, okay, of what it would look like. And as you're going down, you're just pretty much going down and down and down, all the way until you get pretty much a handle, a grip on the handle. So pretty much the end product is going to be where you have it to your liking here, as you can see here. Now again, this is just a rough draft, so to speak, an example, but pretty much that's where you would get your bat. And once again, you can pretty much cut it down to size. Me preferably, I don't cut these because I'm kind of tall, I'm about 6'1", and it's kind of cut down to size for me. But again, that would be your bat for the most part, okay? And the object of the game basically is you have your sky bounce ball, you have the stick. We play on a concrete street. We're fortunate enough in Miami, in San Diego, and New York, most of all, to have what's called Stickball Boulevard. If you Google Stickball Boulevard, you will see the areas that we play in. If you go on stickball.com, you will definitely see the New York Empress Stickball League, which actually has the best league in stickball, and they're pretty much the blueprint for all the other locations. We travel to New York annually once a year. I would have to say Memorial Day weekend, and that's where everybody comes to play in the big World Series of stickball. We also travel Labor Day weekend, and it's a rotation, okay? And what we do is we travel from either to Puerto Rico or San Diego, Miami, Florida, Tampa, Orlando, and so forth. And we have a board. And what we do is we create a rotation. So each year it rotates Labor Day weekend. However, it is always in New York Memorial Day weekend. So again, the object of the game is very similar to baseball. Okay, the only difference is there's no gloves. Okay, and you get one swing. And if you swing and miss, you're out. And if you hit a foul ball, you're out. And we play 7 innings. Okay, and there's no really 10-run rule. It really depends on the host of the tournament. They may want to get the games going, you know, and not be out there too long, so they may incorporate a 10-run rule policy. But for the most part, there's no really 10-run rules. And basically, the object of the game is you get up there, you can either, and I'll show you really quick, you can either throw the ball up yourself, okay, and you're going to hit it, or the traditional, what most people do is, and what I do is, you know, you bounce the ball, and you're going to throw the ball up, and you can either bounce it once, you can bounce it twice, 3 times if you like, but then the ball will be down here, and you really don't want that. And the key is just to have a level swing on the ball, and once you hit this ball with this stick, this ball flies all over the place. I mean, it really does develop great hand-eye coordination. And if you have the fundamentals of baseball, you'll really love stickball. I mean, it's exclusive street sport. This game's been around for years, and we're just trying to do our best to continue playing this great game and, you know, continuing to spread it. Okay, it's very fun, free to play. The New York Empress Stickball League has what's called Stickball for Kids. It's a youth league as well, so we do cater to the kids as well, which obviously is the future, and that's the most important thing, because without the kids, there is no future. So, again, this is a sky bounce ball. These are the sticks that we use, and you play with 8 men on the field, and you have a DH, or what we call is an EH, which is an extra hitter. So you're playing with up to 9 people on a lineup. Okay, and basically you are catching this ball with your hands. So imagine if you could catch this ball with your hands, I mean, your hand-eye coordination is going to develop, and I mean, pretty much you can catch anything. You can possibly hit a watermelon. I mean, that's baseball, softball would look like a watermelon if you play baseball or softball. But this is the next best thing to baseball, softball. Me personally, I played baseball in high school, as many did, even the college level. I know a lot of people have played. Some people have even made the majors. And, you know, again, this game here is so much fun. And it's for a lot of guys, you know, and girls, don't get me wrong, who basically, you know, they no longer play softball or baseball, but they still love the game and they want to play something close enough to it. And it's so much fun. Again, you know, we have up to sometimes 12 to 16 teams that play in a tournament. Now, again, we play on a street, okay? It's a very wide street, okay? And it's a straight street, and you have your home plate, first, second, and third, which is 80 feet. I know baseball is roughly 90 feet, so it's 80 feet per base, okay? You don't play with a catcher, and again, there is no pitcher because you're pitching it to yourself. Now, if there is a play at the plate, you know, you have runners on first base, second base, runners on in general. You would normally send somebody home, but usually you're going to send somebody home when there's a runner in scoring position. That's when you'll send one of your play defenders to head home, which makes it a little bit more interesting because now you're losing a fielder on defense. Okay, so again, the similarities with baseball, I mean, they're pretty much almost identical with a few different changes. And as I said, you get one swing. If you miss, you're out. If you hit a foul ball, you're out. We play 7 innings, not 9. You cannot take a lead. Okay, there's no stealing bases, and you have to wait for the ball, for the batter to make contact with the ball in order to actually run the bases. If a batter swings and misses, and the runner actually gets off the base, that runner is going to be out. Okay, so those are really the little small differences between stickball and baseball. But if you love baseball, you love softball, I'm telling you, you're going to love stickball. Again, it's been around for a long time, and many of us continue to play, have played since we were kids. Again, I have family members that have played since they were kids and have passed on to the tradition. And that's a model that we follow. Stickball is not just a game, it is a tradition. So pretty much that is the short version of how to create a stick, what our sticks look like, or stickball bats, and the balls that we use, which again are sky bounce stick balls. Okay, and once again, my name is Jose Martinez. I've resided out of Miami, Florida. And again, I represent the Heat stickball team. And I hope that with this video that it gives a better perspective of the game and kind of, the equipment that we use for the most part. So thank you for taking the time to look at this video. And if you have any questions or anything, again, you can actually reach out to stickball.com. They have a website. They have contact information there. Again, I reside out of Miami, but the fact remains is the blueprint of stickball is New York stickball because, again, they are the most established, structured league that stickball knows right now and has known. So we follow them. They are the model. They are the blueprint. Once again, thank you very much. My name is Jose Martinez, and I appreciate you taking the time out to look at this quick video. Thank you.